Hej, z tej strony Indie Playerka i kolejny odcinek Starfielda. Jesteśmy w mieście. Mamy kilka spraw, misji pobocznych, główną. Jakiś pan sobie tu stoi. Miałam problem z włączeniem gry, w sensie była jakaś aktualizacja. Włączyłam, wszystko się cięło jak cholera. Musiałam sobie sterowniki, grafiki zaaktualizować. Wyłączyć, włączyć komputer. I zadziałało. Nie zmieniałam tam grafiki. Dalej mamy ultra. Pasko, co ty? Ty to jesteś. Kim jesteś? Obywatelem.
Hej.
Hej. Idziemy tutaj gdzieś pozaglądać. Przy czym wy stoicie? Aha, przy tych informacyjnym. Dobrze. Dobrze, ale czy my... No zobaczmy najpierw, czy może jakieś tu zadanie mamy w tej dzielnicy. Nad. Dobra, a jak to gdzie to mi pokaże? Blisko czy daleko? No to najpierw pójdziemy do barmanki. Zrobimy sobie kilka misji pobocznych, jak już coś mamy. Nie pamiętam w sumie po co, ale porozmawiamy z tobą, bo masz imię. Ile się będziesz zbierał do rozmowy ze mną?
Hey, if you're looking for a weapon specialist, I could really use the work to pay off some debts.
Ale że nie rozumiem. Daj,
I'm
weź
not asking for that much. Just my fair share.
A, to o to chodzi. To ty mi będziesz pomagać.
You're
Próbujmy.
asking me to work for less than the going rate? Why would I do that? Let's not close the door on this just yet. In my experience, the right offer is always worth waiting for. There's nothing to talk about. I've already made myself clear.
Chyba mi się
I
nie
can't afford
udało.
to cut you a deal. I'm sorry.
Skąd mam
Then
mieć
quit
tyle
wasting my
pieniędzy?
time. If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
A ile ja mam pieniędzy? 3000, no to daj panie spokój. Ja sobie z Wasko poradzę. Jakaś Marika.
Hey there. You look like the planet hopping type. Got any room on your ship for someone like me? Plenty. I'm comfortable on a ship, especially in the gunner seat. I'm also a trained expert with shotguns. I have the
Ja
certification
nie mam
to prove it.
pojęcia, kto by mi się przydał.
Aye, aye, Captain. I won't overcharge you. I'm grateful for the offer. I've been out of a job since I left the Freestar Rangers.
No to na razie nikogo.
Well, I guess there's no accounting for taste.
Dobra, na razie z wami nie będę tutaj gadać, bo jestem przecież biedna. Co taki wystraszony? Czemu on mi nie pokazuje, kto to? Bardziej wystraszonego nie widziałam. Jackie Chana. O, takie dość polskie nazwisko. Łowca. O, czekajcie, z łowcą pogadajmy.
Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it?
Imponujący strój.
I go all over. Little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier.
Nie powinnam się tu odbijać?
Retired, actually. from too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah? And a few more. I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants. You'd think it was things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all.
Pan normalnie cytuje Abbę.
Well, you're on to me.
Dobra, niech
Of
się sobie...
course. That's what makes the reality so tragic. Wait a second. I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change.
No, szok.
Better stop here. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Papa. Dobra, rozmawiamy z tą barmanką.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis? Oh boy. I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just something to say to customers. Break the ice. Know what I mean? Listen, you just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. That work for you, new girl? Let me know if there's anything I can get you. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit extreme, but really, would you want to move into that place? Me neither. And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice and be all diplomatic. We all know how that went.
Pani i tak mówi i mi to, co mówi, nie pasuje mi do mimiki.
You know, I had a guy in here last week ranting that General Shao ought to send the Marines down into the well. I'm usually all for letting folks speak their mind. Most times it can't be helped after a few drinks. But that was just too much. Anybody stuck living in the well, it almost certainly isn't by choice. And things down there aren't that bad.
Już trochę lepiej.
Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything. A new drink that'll make this place famous.
Czemu mi to
Galaxy-wide.
pani wszystko opowiada?
You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I can't make you one right now. Don't have the ingredients. I made a deal with a hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient I think will make all the difference. But it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of folks who ship less than legal cargo. Security got
ładnie.
wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just sitting on it, taking their sweet time like they always do. It's killing me. Yes. What with all these extra credits cluttering up the place,
No
why didn't I
przecież
think of
ty
that?
masz ruch.
Sorry, snark isn't helpful. This stuff was pricey to get a hold of the first time. I submitted all the paperwork, believe me. It won't amount to anything, but I did it. And
Ja
really,
jestem w
I'm not
ochronie.
even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo. I really do. It's gonna keep me awake nights if I don't try. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies. This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly find a way to get her important cargo out of the impound.
Strasznie
And
nudno
if,
jesteś, pani.
hypothetically, that were done in a less than 100% legal way, well, that might not be the worst thing in the world. You, with me on this? God, you
Pomogę.
have no idea what a relief this is. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get what I need. I know a few things, but not much.
The cargo is
Co
being
tam się
held
dzieje w tyle?
down at the spaceport, not in the security office. Still, they use the same access cards. If you had one, it'd work. How or why you would have a UC security access card is none of my business, of course. I'm sure I'm better off not knowing. Beyond that, the ship decks over there might also be able to get in. I don't know any of them, or I'd be talking to them instead of you. No offense.
Like I said, I submitted the usual security release forms. But because my cargo is tied up with a bunch of... I don't expect the forms to matter. At all. I went and talked to an officer at the office, too. Yumi. Sergeant, maybe? He was polite, but unhelpful. I declined to suggest that as their new slogan. New Atlanta Security. Polite, but unhelpful. Truth in advertising, eh?
I'm not worried. I'm annoyed. Wait, are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you.
I'm obviously not expecting you or any...
No przecież już to mówiłaś.
Stop
Dobra.
by anytime you'd like to catch up.
Anything I can do for you?
Logan Cullen? Czy wyglądasz jak jeden z wampirów? Nie jesteś kobietą chyba. Dobra, stójcie sobie. Wypuść mnie.
Howdy.
No i teraz jest... Czy próbujemy tam, czy może najpierw... Jeszcze sobie porozmawiamy z naukowcem i wtedy coś wybierzemy. Ty byłaś obywatelką? Tak jest. Biegamy. I jeszcze nie mapa. Nie, wyjdźmy stąd. Tap. I jeszcze raz misję. Nad. No to na końcu, dobra. Będziemy. Lecimy tam gdzieś. Proszę bardzo. Jakimiś szalonymi rzeczami.
Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you at the lodge.
Dobrze.
I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when Tony and I leave. No, probably not. Another day, another credit. Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you? We've all been there, I think.
Słyszycie kota?
Maybe you just need to find a goal to strive towards. I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close.
Nieźle.
A friend of mine bought this ship. It's
Well,
literally
that
nothing.
depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper?
Definitely think it's a vanity purchase.
Ain't that the truth?
Seriously, what
Ojejku.
do they even need a ship for?
You
Lubię
should check out the
poszastać.
commercial district. There's some cool shops there. And if you want a whole new look, there's even an enhance.
Dawaj, od razu z grubej rury komuś na
Really?
ulicę.
Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a terracino from Terra Brew right now. Really?
Naprawdę
So
komuś
sweet. I
przyniosę
really
herbatkę?
appreciate it.
Ustawmy ją. Który to przycisk? L-kę wcisnęłam. Dobra, jeszcze
Tony and
pogadajmy.
I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures?
O, bo jedną byliśmy się ostatnio z tym, z teramorfem. Nie ruszam się za często z domu.
Really? Find that hard to believe. You look like you've been through so much. Oh, and I mean that in a good way, of course.
Aha, teraz jak leci?
I cleaned up a kid's vomit today. 4th time this week.
Cool.
Take care of yourself.
Czekaj, miałam ci przynieść herbatę. Kurde, nie ten przycisk, zapominam. Skąd ją mam wziąć? Chciałabym ci przynieść cappuccino. Cappuccinę. Nie wiem, skąd się bierze cappuccino. Czemu nie biegasz? No. Ja shiftem, a ta nie biega.
Fighting the colony. We just need to convince her that President Abeyo isn't the same as her predecessors. That an adversarial UC is a thing of the past.
Does Radcliffe even need to be involved?
President Abeyo wants to foster relations, not fracture them. Keep up.
We'll make sure she knows, ma'am.
Good. I'll see you at the 11:30 then.
Co, mogę
I
stąd?
have somewhere to be. You understand.
Do we know each other?
Możemy się poznać, ale dobra, jesteście nudni. Obywatelka. Gdzie się kupuje kawę? Za ładnie tu. Pozwiedzajmy sobie. Tak z daleka. Ty mało ciekawie wyglądasz w tym swoim kombinezoniku.
At the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet. Yes. Both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So the two parties came together
Oh
to
no.
negotiate the terms of the
To
armistice.
nie dla mnie. Dobra, nie kupimy cappucciny. To idziemy rozmawiać z naukowcem przy drzewie.
Fleet sizes will be capped.
On gdzieś tu powinien być, nie? Tak bym zakładała. Chcę zobaczyć, jak wyglądam w wodzie. Dobra, widzę. Hello. Kelton Fresh.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Jakiej? Gapisz się na
I am
drzewo,
not staring.
dokładnie.
I am analyzing. This is important xenobiological work. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to
Ten
be
Vasco
exhibiting
tam z
some
tyłu.
worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary.
Czemu
Would you
akurat
be
mnie?
willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
Z radością
Well, that's-
pomogę.
Thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their
Będę
findings.
latać
If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
od jednego do drugiego. No dobra.
Can't get enough of all the trees around here.
A są daleko. Trzeba się... Kicia. Dałam ci jeść przed chwilką. Dałam ci jeść. Nie chciałeś jeść. Tutaj teraz idziemy porozmawiać. Bo on tu mieszka, czy stacjonuje, czy cokolwiek. O wow. To bym, jakbym kogoś takiego zobaczyła w takim mieście, to bym się śmiała. Gdzie on jest? Pod spodem gdzieś jakby? Kicia.
All your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy. I do.
Poglądajmy. A ja pogłaskam kota.
Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what the UC is made of. Supra et ultra.
Chcę z tobą
If you're
porozmawiać.
looking to earn yourself a place in the UC, Commander Tuala can get you squared away.
Oho. A ja chcę wstąpić do
That
gwardy.
foe could have compromised your health.
A nie zagroził. Tu mam iść. Na które piętro? O. Bardzo ładnie. Ile tam mamy już? O, 21 minut. A jeszcze w sumie nic nie zrobiliśmy, tylko tak się tułamy. No siema.
I hope you are of course welcome at any time here in Mast. Same as anyone. Just be aware that you are being monitored. Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected. Statistical average, psychological tendencies, a sergeant's need to tower over his subordinates. But really, it's just a joke. I meant nothing by it. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it, and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks. Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job should get my stamp of approval first. Nothing
Dostałam
personal.
aprobatę.
It's just this sort of work isn't part of your normal detail. Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done. You really should know better than to ask for classified intel. What is this, your first day on the job? Don't worry, I'm just giving you a hard time. I still can't tell you
Pan
what's in
jest
the
taki
package, though.
zabawny.
We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC Security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them. No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are. I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you.
Pewnie i tak już prawie zasnęłam.
All you really need to know is that we're here to serve and we're the good guys. Our main priority is the safety and security of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies, wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything.
Wow. O nie.
That's a level of detail I can't get into. Don't worry. We've got plenty of good people working hard.
Się zastanawiacie, czemu wszystko przeklikuję? Przepraszam, wzięłam, bo już tak mam, że jak gram, to muszę sobie wszystko przeklikać, żeby wszystko wiedzieć. Żeby mnie nic nie ominęło.
To describe us at times. Well, you're certainly entitled to that opinion, and there are plenty of others who share it. We'll be looking out for you just the same.
O, dzięki.
Good luck with the mission.
Mogę ci ukraść sukulenta, tableta, folder. Nie będę nic kradła. Czy ja tu coś miałam jeszcze do załatwienia? Jakoś pewnie inaczej można w tę misję wejść szybciej. Mały krok. Udaj się do loży. Tak, pójdziemy od razu tam, jak jesteśmy w tej dzielnicy. Trzeba wszystko zrobić. Co można, to można. Czy mam tam na górę iść? Skaczę tu za wysoko. Gdzieś tam mam biegnąć, to biegnę. Okej, bo mi się tlen kończy.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity and always has been.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Okej. I wzięłaś mi to, tak powiedziałaś, i mi się zrobiło, o matko.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
Wow. Fajny zegarek, kiciuś, nie? Kotek cały czas siedzi.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside.
Zabieramy
If
miskę.
Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Ja chcę jeszcze coś zabrać, bo potrzebuję dużo kredytów na załogę. O! 240, patrzcie. Ja wiem, co kraść. A jeszcze nie jest napisane, że to kradzież.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to
Hello.
talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Trochę szacunku.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
Proszę.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, you expect us to believe in fairy tales?
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see.
Co się dzieje?
We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the
Proszę
table.
bardzo.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Do jakiej sekty
Oh my
przyszłam?
God, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that...
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Jakaś kula się robi.
But what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
A mam wyjście? Oh.
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Proszę bardzo.
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal, another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Dawaj, wchodzimy,
take
będę
some
tam.
time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here.
To moja nowa
I
koleżanka.
earned something for bringing the artifact to us.
O, dzięki, dzięki.
In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just
Warto było tu
mind your
przyjść. O, proszę.
Constellation artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it?
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else.
Czekaj, bo mi coś powiedzieli, że mam przycisnąć. O. P jak postać. 4. poziom od razu. No nie wiem, może coś społecznego. Fizyczne. Szybko patrzę. O, to chcę, żebym mogła najpierw w ogóle go używać. Dobra, broń do walki wręcz, ja bym chciała sobie to robić, bo ja mam, a się boję podchodzić, a moja powinna być w tym dobra, prawda?
No everyone else does.
O. A jak się otwierało to kółko? O. Takie to było. G myślałam, nie G? O, Q. No to tak, to sobie zostawimy na razie.
Ever since I got here, this has felt like home.
Dobra,
These people are
najpierw.
family. I hope it feels that way for you too.
A jeszcze cię nie znam.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you.
Siema.
And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
O Jezu.
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he wasn't here to see this. Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Jakie mądre rzeczy do mnie mówicie. Jak tam, ile jeszcze mamy? A, 36 minut, to jeszcze możemy ich posłuchać.
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't. There might be a reasonable explanation. I wasn't there. I didn't see what you saw. I'm just not in a position to say for sure. It's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right? Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Już mam milion zadań pobocznych.
No, I mean that's flattering, but really we're making this up as we go.
O kurczę, się
Until
pani
you arrived, we only had the two.
wręcz zarumieniła.
And the sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Proszę,
Well, right now
pomóżmy.
nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it.
Dobrze, proszę pani. Jasne.
There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can
Może
do.
ja już mam.
And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
Dajmy
Great,
jej.
let's see what you have.
Proszę. Wszystko masz. Sprzedałam ci. Sprzedałam?
Anything I can learn from.
Nie sprzedałam. Jak się sprzedaje? Kup wszystko, Jezu. Sklep kup. Sprzedaj. No. Sie tu.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
Zabierz mnie do łóżka. No. No, go. Idź. Dobra, najpierw z tobą pogadam jeszcze.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. It sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight.
Skąd wiedzieliście, że to
Can you
artefakt?
imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Nie odpowiedział na moje pytanie.
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Okej.
Take care of yourself.
Dzięki, że tak mało mówiłeś. Najpierw idę.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then.
A nie miałaś
Stay
mnie...
safe, okay?
A nie miałaś mnie zaprowadzić gdzieś? Trochę... No dobra, ty się świecisz na niebiesko, dawaj jeszcze raz.
Are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Dobra, jeszcze ciebie przepytam.
You've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do. I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways. We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel. I understand. You've been through a lot.
No, chcę się przygotować. Miałeś mnie zaprowadzić do pokoju.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eiffel. See you later.
Głupie. Jeszcze z tobą nie gadałam, byłeś niemiły.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line. I am sorry I besmirched your chosen profession and made assumptions about your...
No już lepiej.
My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man.
Tak bywa czasem.
Aboard. Yes, well, a stocked bar is a treat I think Constellation can afford. For now. But if you clean us out, you're on your own. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Okay. Pytamy
Most
dalej.
well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them.
Kradną.
Bastards.
Od innych.
I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days. Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you? I'll take your word on that. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here.
Może I.
Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years. Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they
Zawsze to
need.
coś.
And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here. Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more
Też bym tak kiedyś chciała.
esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the lodge home as much as anywhere else. Until next time.
Tonarka. To jest skrzynka z ziemią, niepotrzebna wam.
Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have
A,
ideas.
spadaj.
We're all here for the same reason.
Rozmawialiśmy. O, coś mogę zabrać? O.
Hello there, Vasco.
Greetings, Walter Stroud. How may I assist you?
Oh, no, I don't need anything. Just, checking in, seeing how you're doing.
At present, all systems are functioning well within established parameters.
Wszystko zabieram.
Well then,
Jestem okropna.
keep up the good work.
Of course. I have been given no alternate instructions. I am at your service, Captain. Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service.
No zobaczmy, co ja tu u Waska chyba w sumie
Also, given the
niewiele z nim
likelihood
gadałam.
that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base or
Zbudowaliśmy
field
już
research.
jedną.
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
Nieźle.
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing. My methods of achieving my primary goals are dictated solely by my programming and are not subject to the same whims as humans. Even if I wished it, I could not approach it any other way. Also, I am incapable of wishing. Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Ooh. Nie wiem, co zrobiłam. Ale to chyba spoko, że tak zrobiłam. Jeszcze
Hello,
chcę.
Captain.
O.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, it is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment. The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will
Dobrze. Nie, ty masz ze mną chodzić. No nie tak. Że jestem za słaba, żeby być samemu. Dobra, może tu gdzieś jest mój pokój. Dajcie mi pokój. Aha, wylazłam gdzieś tu. Jakiś balkon? No fajnie, fajnie, ale jednak nie to chcę. Chcę iść do pokoju. Mieliście mi dać gdzieś spać. Co za własność? Oj, coś mi... Myszka, halo. Co ja wszystko pozgarniam, będzie tak pusto? Dobra, trochę wam zostawię. Już nie przesadzajmy. O, no kurde, myszko. Kredyty, proszę bardzo. Pasko, idziemy dalej. Kurde. Co za własność? Kicia! Ja już tu byłam, tak? O! Tu. Kicia! Nie terroryzuj mnie. Nie terroryzuj. Nie dali mi... Nie powiedzieli mi, gdzie mam spać i muszę sobie teraz radzić. Antybiotyki, mogę cuda świata robić, ale ja już wszystko oddałam. Okej, nieważne. Już cię pogłaskam, już. Nam spokoju nie dasz. Dobrze, zabieramy. Kicia, nie chodź mi po laptopie. Tak, to Kiciuś włączył. Ech. Dobra, wystarczy. Nie można tak wszystkiego kradnąć. O. Tu mogę spać? Czy nie? Lasko, weź. Co mi się z tą myszką nagle podziało? Przecież nam się tak nie robiło w ogóle. Może tu mogę spać. Już mam dość was. Nie szukam więcej łóżek. Chyba wszędzie byłam. O, tu jeszcze. Patrzcie, znalazłam sobie łóżko swoje. Jak mam zapamiętać, że to jest mój pokój? Czemu to jest takie wielkie w ogóle? Kim jesteś?
I've occasionally had my doubts
A
about
tu jesteś, okej. Ile mamy? O, 56 minut już? To w takim razie ja wam dziękuję bardzo. Zapisujemy. Dziękuję za oglądanie, a bardziej słuchanie i czytanie tego, co ktoś mówił. Takie... Było to dość usypiające, ale no sporo się dowiedzieliśmy. To fabuła też jest ważna. Także dziękuję bardzo, pa pa!